Welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Ron. I'm joined all the way from Ron in Boston in his car, Ron Harris, MD Online editor.
Thank you. Giles, man, so happy to see that studio again. It's been a long time.
I'm not calling from heaven. You know, I'm not CGI. I am the real thing, mate.
I think you are calling from heaven because they can't see it, but I've seen Angel off in the corner.
He's so smooth, this guy. He's so smooth.
So cheesy.
Yeah,
but welcome back. I'm so happy to see Global Muscle back. There was a serious void in muscular development for 3 months while you're recovering from the Irish incident, as we all call it now.
Irish incident.
Everyone is so happy that you're back.
Thank you.
You're the
Mate, and do you know what? Literally, like, I turned the corner about 2.5 weeks ago, and even yesterday, I said, I'm feeling about 95%. I feel brilliant today, mate. And like last week, we had Neil Curry, and I was in the morning, I was nervous that the equipment wasn't going to work, or we are going to forget what we were doing in here, because there's a lot of moving parts and literally wires and dials, and I was thinking, are we going to have to remember all this and all the editing and obviously the new intro and everything for season 5? But I was really like, you know, and then as soon as the camera started rolling, boom, and Neil was fantastic. So I feel relieved, I feel happy, and I know it's probably going to take a few weeks to get it really rolling again, but I feel ready now, mate. And I think I just did an interview with Valentin Petrov, and it was I felt sharp, I felt good, you know. So it's good to be back. And for me, like now, the final quarter of the year is going to be really, really good because myself and Laura got so many things to look forward to with bodybuilding, and I'll talk about those now. But yeah, I just want to grab you for about 20 minutes before you go hit some what you trained today, mate.
I'm going in there. That's Bayshore Athletic Club. Greatest gym ever. Yeah, can you see it?
The famous place.
I apologize to you and everyone because I should have been at home, but I don't know. I saw you said 9 a.m. Sunday, and you said your time just clearly on the message. And for some reason, in my head, I'm thinking that's UK. I don't know why I added 5 hours and thinking, okay, so that's 9-5. That's 12 o'clock. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm here now.
Ron's better at English than he is at maths.
Oh God, I was a star English pupil, and I was almost in remedial mathematics.
I believe that. So yes, right, okay. I want to talk about a few, because there's a few things we've been talking about on the forum and a few threads, and I mean, I've been putting quite a lot of ideas out on the forum and the MD forum the last few weeks, and like I know that one of my ideas has really had a lot of no positive feedback and a lot of resistance, but you know this, I've got this thing in my head that Derek Lunsford should be able to do the Open if he wants to. I think as the current 212 Olympia champion, I believe, like I said on the forum, I said, actually, I think it's all, I've got a funny feeling, just a feeling that it's already been decided, because I don't think he's going to be able to make it down to 212. And I honestly believe that 4 weeks out, I think we're going to all be shocked when they say Dan Solomon has spoke to Hani and Derek, and, you know, it's just not possible. It's not healthy for him to get down to 212. He's 225 ready. He looks sensational. Why don't we just let him do the Open? I've got a feeling that it's going to make it look like it's a last-minute thing, but I think that's what's going to happen. What do you think? Am I talking total bullshit?
No, I don't think it's a last-minute thing. I think Dan Solomon already knows. I think Hani Rambod knows. I think Derek knows, his wife. I think they all know he's going Open, but they're not going to tell us now, because they want to hold out till the end to make it a spectacular, dramatic announcement. But I honestly think he could get to 212, but he would look so flat, so malnourished and sickly at 212 pounds. I don't want to see that Derek Lunsford. I want to see the 225, 230-pound Derek Lunsford bursting full, paper-thin skin, you know, just ready to tear shit up. I want to see that Derek.
Two reasons why I think he obviously will look more impressive at 225 or 230 than he will at 212. Like, when you said Kamal was going to be 220 on stage, my heart sank. And I was like, he's not going to look better. But I was wrong. In Tampa, he looked second to Hakeem. He did look a lot better. I didn't think he could look, I didn't think his physique or his frame would hold that much. But with Derek, he will look better at 225. There's that. And then there's the fact that I don't think he can look any better as a 212 than he did last year.
No, he's maxed out. And for some people like, a Sean Clarita never has to worry about that because Sean Clarita has so much weight to go in that division.
Yep.
Derek maxed out just the same way Flex Lewis maxed out, not even halfway through his 7 wins. I would not want to see Derek at 212 again. I don't think he'd look any better, and I think he would have a tough time holding off Sean Clarita and Kamal because they haven't really outgrown the class. Kamal did look a little better for sure, but Kamal can get back to 212 no problem. Derek, and I think it's going to be a special invitation thing. I don't think I don't see, people say, well, maybe he'll jump into it. No, he's not going to jump into. I won't name any shows to try to disparage, say they're not good enough for Derek, but he's not going to jump into some qualifier to do an open show there's no need because Olympia qualification, that special invitation is always in the promoter's back pocket. They can always use that. Why not use it this year? I do believe Dan Solomon, he's going to extend that to Derek.
If you were Derek and just say you had the red pill or the blue pill, and the one with the red pill was the second 212 Olympia title, and you really have to suffer to get down and maybe not look any better than he did last year, or make top 5 in the Open, which would you go for?
Top 5 in the Open.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've never heard Derek say anything along the lines of, Flex Lewis early on said he wanted to build his legacy. He wanted to win the most titles, be the best 212 Olympia champ. I've never heard Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, say anything like that. So I don't think he's, quote unquote, married to the 212 division the way that Flex Lewis felt he was the flag bearer of that division. He sort of felt an obligation to remain there. I don't think Derek feels that way. In 5th place in the Mr. Olympia, let's give a hypothetical. Don't get mad at me, guys. This is a very hypothetical top 5 that has Derek in it. Let's say it's Big Ramy. I don't see anyone beating Ramy. Let's go like Brandon Curry, Hadi Chupan. That's already 2nd and 3rd. Let's go Nick Walker. Oh, now I just took a lot of people off.
Bonac?
Derek Lunsford. I'm just being hypothetical, guys.
Yeah, okay.
But 5th place in that group would be spectacular. Well, let's say he gets. I think it's more money. I'd have to look, but I believe 5th place at the Mr. Olympia pays better than winning the 212 Olympia.
Absolutely.
Not that it's all about money, but it's a prestige thing. That's the Mr. Olympia. Every bodybuilder dreams of being Mr. Olympia, and only the Open Olympia is Mr. The 212 is not. The Classic is not. Those are not Mr. Olympia titles.
And with Derek, if you go back to his amateur career when he was in the USAs, he was like a middleweight, a welterweight, a light heavyweight, a light 212, because he was only about 200 something when he did his first. So, and my point is, he was 257, 258 in April. And to be honest, the videos I was seeing today, I was looking on his Instagram, it looks like he's not stopped growing. So I think even if he's that same weight, he's probably going to be better conditioned and he's going to be more developed at that weight. So another 8 months on top of what we saw at Pittsburgh, I honestly think it'd be a crime if he basically lost all that added muscle and just for the sake of making weight and doing the 212.
Oh, I 100% agree. And I don't think he's going to. I'd be more shocked, very shocked, if he's at 212 again this year. I don't see it.
Yeah.
And I don't think, like I said, I don't think the official announcement won't come down. They're going to keep us in suspense as long as possible because that keeps people interested and keeps the hype going. So I bet we're not going to hear that until 2 weeks out, maybe. Well, that's my guess.
Jay Cutler said to me, he said, because when he was remember a couple of years ago, he was the ambassador for the Olympia.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he says, we really start some type of Olympia promotion at 2-3 weeks out. He says, because that's when the bulk of the tickets get sold. 2 weeks out.
Really?
Yeah. In America, the bulk of the ticket sales, not the VIPs, because people usually come from abroad and they buy those like a year out. He said the bulk of the ticket sales actually happen at about 2-3 weeks out. So I think if maybe 2 to 4 weeks out, that happened. I personally, and I wouldn't want to see Derek reveal his open physique until he steps on stage at Olympia. And I mean, like I said, I have received a lot of resistance against this, and people think it's a terrible idea. But they did it for Flex Lewis, for 2-3 years running. 2 years running, wasn't it? The open invite for a guy who was basically a 212, legend. They extended it to him. So I think as the current Olympia champion in the 212. They should offer it to Derek because I just don't I just don't think it's possible for him to get that far down. And I don't want to see him at 212.
How many years in a row did Kai Green have an invitation extended to?
Yeah.
3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Every year he had an invitation, he declined it. And Derek, we know if he gets the invitation, he's going. He's not going to say, nah, he's not going to back out. He's going to be there 100%. So all you people on the forums that disagree with Giles, you're morons. How dare you?
I could feel the comment section lighting up right now. But also I had this other thing that Olympia champions should be able to, they get lifetime qualification.
Yes.
So theoretically, Arnold could walk on stage at Olympia and he'd be qualified. But I like the idea because I heard rumors that DLB was coming back as a figure. I've heard rumors that because she still trains hard. She still looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I also heard
figure?
Yeah, figure. That's what I heard.
She was women's physique Olympia champ. Why would she go to figure?
Well, mate, if you look at the physique she brought at that first 2013 women's physique, like, there's not a huge difference. I mean, really, if you look at figure women's physique, there isn't, even now with the way that the conditioning is, somebody said on the forum, like, you said it yesterday. Yep. You said, I can't tell the much difference between women's physique and figure.
Correct. Yeah. But I think if I were Dana Lynn Bailey, if she comes back, I'd rather see her try to put a little more size on and do physique, because figure, I don't see her doing very well in figure against the top figure women at that level. It's
really,
yeah. I mean, just the proportions, her limb, just the bone structure, the shape of her quads, just things like that would be issue when you have Sydney Gillen's won how many now?
Oh God,
4?
5 in it? 5? Yeah, 5. And then she's won all the Arnolds as well.
So she's not beating Sydney Gillen. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Throw another few top 5 names at me, and I'd probably say she's not beating her. She's not beating her. She's not beating her. Maybe it's not about necessarily winning with Dana. Maybe she just wants to get back up there. She certainly doesn't need to win.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to do anything. Yeah. She's got the great Flag Nor Fail company with Rob. They've got all kinds of things going on, competing, but clearly she misses it. I'd love to see her come back, whatever division she wants, but I'd love to see her flexing and posing in women's physique versus quarter turns for a figure.
So, and just say, like, I heard rumors that Shanique Grant, the 2-time women's physique Olympia champion, wants to come back as a wellness.
Wow.
So
see, either one of them would have to qualify.
See, this is what I don't want to happen. Like, okay, this is what I've got visualized in my mind. This is the idea that everyone hates. Yep. 4 weeks out from the Olympia, Dan does a special announcement and a post goes out, and there's a picture of DLB returning at the Olympia as figure, Shanique Grant returning as wellness, Derek Lunsford coming back as an open. Those 3 names, and you don't get to see anything until they walk out on stage at prejudging. Just imagine that at 4 weeks out. Just imagine, as a promoter, from a spectator's view, I personally think it would just break the internet.
Oh, I mean, my goodness. I mean, people forget the Olympia is a business venture. It's there to turn a profit. So the more hype and excitement, and I think they're going to sell out the tickets regardless, but that would guarantee it for sure. I'd love to see everything you just said. But again, there's a train. They would all have to qualify for that division.
Yeah.
There's no special invitation for the physique Olympia or the figure Olympia. It's only reserved for the Mr. Olympia historically.
Oh shit! Hang on. Sorry, I was listening to that train. So that's only for the Mr. Olympia. I didn't know that.
I've never. Honestly, I think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's their contest.
Yeah.
If they want to do something, they can do it. Who's going to stop? I'm sure Dan Solomon calls up Jim May and says, Jim, what about Dana Lynn Bailey doing figure? I don't think they'd have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I've never seen a special invitation extended to anything aside from the Mr. Olympia.
Flex Lewis?
So, yeah.
Flex Lewis?
Oh, did you Flex Lewis? Yeah, but I'm saying that was to be in the Mr.
Sorry, hang on. Special invite is different from lifetime qualification. Sorry, I'm drifting. Right. I'm actually thinking about my next subject is Krizo. Michael, Krizo, because I wrote the article in MD, which is going out next issue, and I got a take from all the few of the experts in the industry, and obviously there's a lot of hype around this guy. Milos and Jay Cutler have seen him up close. You know, he's coming over from the elite side. He's been dominating over there for, 4 or 5 years, you know, back when he was competing against Blessing in 2017. And this guy is still only in his early 30s.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm going to be, myself and Lauren are doing the live stream at the EVLS Prague.
Oh, wow.
They are the sponsors of Krizo. We call him Krizo, don't we? Is that okay? Call him Krizo? Yeah, call him Krizo. We always call him Krizo. It's cool. Like Cutler or Kyle. So he hasn't even got his pro card yet.
Right. So, correct me. I'm probably confused here. Is he intending to, at the Prague show? Is there an amateur Olympia at Prague the day before?
There is an amateur show, but he's doing a amateur show. The amateur Olympia. I think it's in Italy.
Okay.
I think it's the one in a couple of weeks, maybe with the Yamamoto. That's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be next weekend then.
Well, he's definitely doing an amateur show that's not at Prague. He is then intending to go and do Prague in the pro show with the aim to winning it. So you're frozen there, Ron. You're frozen. And you're pulling a really funny face.
I'm right here.
There you are. Yeah, you'll see that on the episode. So he's looking to get his pro card, which I mean, come on, it's going to be a formality, really. I mean, let's be honest. Let's speak frankly. And then he wants to go and win. Obviously, they want to go and win Prague, and then with a goal to go and crack in the Olympia.
Oh, there goes my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I get for trying to grab my drink. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody stopping him there from but as far as winning Prague Pro, I don't know who's in the show. And we're looking at who isn't qualified out of the top 10 Olympia guys. I think they're all qualified at this point, aren't they? Who's really left doesn't have a qualification?
Martin, Brett.
Fitzwater, okay, Brett Wilkin.
Brett Wilkin's doing Romania. Then we have, I mean, the thing is, I'm actually really excited because I don't like these Olympias where there's just 12 or 13 guys. I always liked it like the 90 to 2002 Olympia, 91 Olympia. I like it when there's 25, 30 plus guys. I like to see that and one of the reasons I'm really excited about this Olympia is because there's a lot of new faces competing this year. There's a lot of Brits, a lot of new blood. You've got Blessing in there, you've got Sampson in there. You know, it's going to be, who else we got in the Open? Any new faces? What new faces we got?
We have 30 guys in the Olympia, Giles. That's a situation for third and fourth call-outs. It means a lot of guys are just going to be on the sidelines.
I like that.
Watching. It'll be a lot of guys who are otherwise excellent bodybuilders, but, if there's 30 guys in the Olympia, somebody's got to be 30th place.
Yeah, well, they do top 15, don't they? And they do joint 16th, don't they?
I think I like a cap of around 20 guys. I think 20 is plenty. It's not too. I know now we're getting into some ridiculous details, but like the Arnold usually caps it around 12 guys. That's their limit.
It's not enough.
Yeah, the Olympia doesn't have a limit. If you're qualified, everyone won a show in the open bodybuilding this year. They can go do the Olympia if they want, and then you have the top 3 in the point standing. So I don't know how many shows that is altogether. And sometimes it's the same guys winning multiple shows, obviously. But yeah, you could be in for a situation. You could very well see 25, 30 guys this year. So
we were leading on to who's left to qualify because we have the Arnold UK. We have the Yamamoto next weekend. Jamie the Giant's doing that one. Andrea Mutzi's looking very good. He's doing that next week.
Wow, it's a lot of shows for him.
Yeah, so we've got to, because you and I will be doing our, by the time this goes out, the preview will be probably coming out the same day, the Yamamoto Pro preview, which we'll do.
Okay.
Then we've got France, we have Prague, we have Romania, we have the Legion. So there's all shows where, like we've got Kuklo starts to qualify.
That's right, yeah.
Vlad?
Yeah, there's still a good 10 to 12 really good guys that could theoretically qualify. We have that many shows, but is Krizo, so can any of those guys beat Krizo? I guess that's a real question here, right? Any of those names we just said?
I mean, I'm excited because I'll be at Prague and I'll have the front row seat. Do you know what I mean? We'll be there with the headsets on. And I'm really excited to see. I'm excited for my first impression because I was talking to Milos about him and I was talking to Jay. No, I wasn't talking to Jay, but I was talking to Milos about him. But I know Jay has seen him. And they were really like, this guy is the real deal. He's not hype. You got to see this guy in the flesh. Milos said that when he saw him, Krizo had been traveling. He was off gear basically, so he was not, at his absolute most impressive. And Milos said he was very impressive. He said he was super impressive.
You know, I've never seen him in person, but I've seen plenty of videos now of him, plenty of photos. I think he can roll over just about anybody until we start talking about the top 6 at the Olympia.
Yeah.
Because the only thing he's really missing is some back thickness. And that would be an issue up against, you know, once we get to Hadi and Rami and Curry, now that could be a real problem. But if you're dealing with guys who are, let's say 10th through 15th at the Olympia, I don't think they could deal with Krizo. He's just so big. So
really?
Other than the back, he's so complete. But you know, you never know. This is all idle speculation until we've never even seen Krizo next to any of these guys ever.
Mate, we base our careers off idle speculation, Ron.
I know we do.
Where's the fun without it, mate?
I know.
So, okay. So, I mean, there was another one, Jack versus Krizo at the Olympia. I mean, obviously Krizo's, you know, he's not even got his pro card yet. That's how much hype is around this guy. People are saying he's going to do well at the Olympia, and he's not even pro. I've never even heard of this before.
It's occasionally you'll hear people say that. People, you know, everyone loves the new flavor, the new sensation, because we all have short attention spans and we're always looking for something new to focus on. But he is someone that's been talked about for years because he was like this mythical figure in this other organization that we don't even say the name of the organization.
Yeah.
We never talk about their contest because it's like another universe. Yeah. It's like an alternate reality in the Marvel MCU. But the multiverse. But now we finally get to see this guy who's been sort of a myth or a legend. Hopefully he is on the Olympia. It's not guaranteed he's going to be on that Olympia stage, but we're all right now just assuming that's a foregone conclusion. And yeah, we'll see. I've never seen this guy. Seeing people in a gym, it's one thing, but you know, until they walk out right there that day in the trunks next to everyone else under the lights in front of the judges. Yeah, it's all just.
Thing is, I mean, we had you know, Dean White who won Portugal, the 212. Yeah. Like there was a guy I've known, like Krizo. I've known of this guy for 5 years, and he was in all the other federations in the UK, winning everything. NABA, PC, all these other feds. He just won everything, every single show he did, and he's been impressive for at least 5 years. So I wasn't shocked when he did the Amateur Olympia in Portugal that you were at, Lauren. Then he won that. Next day, he went into a good 212 class in Portugal, won that, and now he's going to Olympia. So in the space of 2 days, this guy has gone from a complete unknown amateur to, you know, people saying this guy could be top 6 at Olympia in 212. So Krizo, you know, that's not exactly a stretch of the imagination for someone like Krizo to come in. I mean, do you think, think about 91, 92, 93. 91, you had Dorian Yates second in the Olympia, first Olympia. 92, you had Kevin Nevrone second, first Olympia. 93, we had Flex Wheeler. Do you think that with someone like, you know, guys like Dean White and Krizo, do you think that could potentially happen here?
I don't see Krizo doing as well as second place in Olympia. No, I don't. The back is going to be an issue because it makes him incomplete. It's going to hurt him in the back poses. And you know, you got guys. He's going to be next to guys like Nick Walker, Hunter, William Bonac. We haven't even mentioned. This has a fantastic back.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Hadi Chupan has a very thick, dense, detailed back. It's going to be a liability, and I don't see him doing that well. But let's say he does the Olympia this year. Let's say he does makes top 5, 6, something like that. I think that's very respectable. Then take a good off season and really focus on that back.
Yeah.
Come back for 2023 to qualify again at some show with a much improved back. And now I think he's in the conversation to even challenge Rami for the win.
Wow, holy shit. Could you just imagine if, say, Andrew jacked, like Andrew really sorted his conditioning out from the back and, you know, because everything else is there. Imagine if, like, him and Krizo literally did the top 6 in their first Olympia. Could you imagine, like, I mean, obviously they'd be rubbing out massive, massive names as relative, you know, 6 months, a year ago, relative, well, not complete unknowns, but, you know, you see where I'm getting at.
Oh, well, I mean, Andrew Jack was a complete unknown a year ago. He was just some guy on Instagram.
Yeah.
Some guy out in gyms in Dubai. I'm like, oh, this guy's got pretty big arms, but, you know, I don't know if he's ever going to compete or anything. So a year ago, Jack was not somebody I ever anticipated seeing on IFBB Pro League stage. Certainly not this soon and doing that well. And Krizo, I assumed he was going to stay with Elite forever because I assumed they were paying him a good salary just to stay there, and he has a family, and he was doing the right thing by his family financially. So I never expected him to leave. So we've already seen two things that I never thought would come to pass happen very quickly in 2022. I wouldn't be totally shocked to see both of them doing very well. I just don't think either one of them is really ready right now to be pushing Ramy for the win. And you've seen Ramy, he's almost 340 pounds, and he looks like he's about 4 weeks out.
He does. No, he does. He looks good. Very good. You were at Texas, you were at Tampa. You know, we saw Akeem, we saw Keon, we saw Andrew Jack, and all three of those are qualified for the Olympia. They all got their wins. Fantastic bodybuilders, fantastic physiques. I'm not taking anything away from them, but personally, you know me, the two things that you and I like:
condition.
And posing. Posing.
Posing, I can't. I'm not going to expect anyone to be a great poser. But I do expect people to be shredded. And people keep harping on Andrew's condition when it's been made obvious in many, many interviews with him, with Farah, that was not a show they were targeting. The target show was Arnold UK, which was 6 weeks away from Texas. So the condition that we saw Andrew jacked in Texas was, I hate to use the term warm-up show, but it was a show he never was really planning on. They jumped in basically at the last minute because they thought he was looking good enough to win it, and he did, and he was.
I don't believe that.
No.
I never believe that, and I think even if that happened, you should never say it. You should bring your best to every single show and try and improve on that. I don't like this jump in at last minute because I think it's almost, for me, it's a little bit demeaning to some of the other competitors, and I think, why make excuses when you've won? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I personally, I mean, I got shit for this as well, don't on the forum, but you know me, I like to sort of, like, you know, because thing is now it puts a real pressure on him for the Arnold UK. He has to turn up a lot better condition. Otherwise, people like myself are going to go, hang on a minute, you said.
Yeah, well, I mean, and James Hollingshead and Jamie the Giant, they're going to be very, very dangerous, and they're both looking fantastic right now. So
big time.
You know, as good as Andrew is, if he brings that same condition from Texas, which I don't think is going to happen, but he'd have real trouble with Hollingshead for sure.
Yeah.
You know, Jamie, he probably could still get on. Andrew's very good. When, you know, I got shit on a little bit because in the Phil Heath interview, Phil Heath was asking me, you know, what does Andrew have really? And I said shape, and I didn't mean that's all he had. But then Phil went into this tirade about the condition, and I didn't really even respond because I'm thinking he's got plenty of time to get in condition for the Olympia. Why are we even having this discussion that he wasn't in good enough shape at Texas? I know you think they should be 100% at every show, but guys, I don't think everyone can be 100% at a show in, say, August and then again in December. I think some people have to pace themselves. We know Ronnie was not able to really peak twice a year, and that's some guys like Dexter were able to, but not everybody can.
Yeah, I suppose he hasn't done many shows, has he?
No, that was his only. The shows that Andrew did prior to the Arnold, Ohio. There were 2 or 3 little local things in Dubai where they didn't even have posing trunks on. He had the old
because it wasn't like, because people were saying he's massive for classic, and they said no, in that country they don't allow the little posing trunks. They consider it, I don't know, maybe obscene or something. So all the competitors have to wear little shorts, little tight shorts.
Yeah.
Which,
so as far as I'm concerned, he's only done contests as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Cool. And also, we had it confirmed last night that Jake and Alina have asked us to be at Romania again, doing live stream.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, so we'll be able to get... It means also then we can do YouTube live wrap-ups for MD. We can grab the winner interview, because obviously as soon as we finish, we literally throw the headsets down, and we run to the stage before the janitor, and we jump on whoever wins, you know, and grab an interview. So that means that's good news for MD anyway. So really excited about that. So, yeah, because thing is, mate, I've lost my whole summer. I mean, the furthest I've been since I got back from the Irish incident was literally like Leeds comic book shop and the pet shop. You know what I mean? Because I literally I've been under house arrest for 3 months. So the final quarter of the year is going to be amazing for me. So when the evenings are drawing in and it's getting cold and stuff, I'm going to be buzzing. So and I'm seeing Ronnie in a couple of weeks as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's asked me to, because I set this thing up an appearance for him in London, and he said I'll only do it if you come with me, Giles. He says because I don't want to go anywhere where I don't know anyone. So please come with me. So I said, yeah, of course I'd love to. So it'd be nice to catch up with him as well.
What about the Nothing But a Podcast that you do for the Ronnie Coleman channel? Is that starting up again?
It is, yes, it is, because that's one of the things I want to speak to him about, because I like. Because when I was, I'll be honest, when I was in hospital, Ronnie and Jay were two of the first people within the industry to really, I got about 6 voice notes off Jay, and he was saying, I'm praying for you, brother, and I was really shocked when I heard, and Ronnie's words, like Mike Milos, his words hit differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like because he's so genuine with it, and it really uplifted me in a very, very scary, stressful time. So I want to see Ronnie, and I want to talk about who we'd like to get on, because I love. So I mean, our highest viewed episode was when I said, Ronnie, looking kind of beefy there, mate, and we just talked about him going fishing and going NASCAR racing, and got 500,000 views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So just like you said, just like we're just now just chatting about stuff, and like people always comment when we do our previews, when you and me do our start and end bit. I can see he's looking to the gym. He wants to go train, doesn't he?
Walking around.
He's turning green. He's turning into the Hulk. He needs to go and train. So, Ron, I'm going to let you go, mate, because we've gone way over 20 minutes here, and we've got to record hot news, and we've got one more guest, and then, like I said, that's the episode done. But I'm just so happy to be back, mate. Really, am happy.
Everyone's happy. I mean, in the comments, Giles, you found out when you were recovering from your incident, how much you're appreciated, because you don't even know when you put out that much good energy, good karma, it does come back to you, and you're one of those people. You're one of the good guys, and people love you. People respect you. They love you. They appreciate you. And I'm so glad you're still with us. Because
Sorry. I nearly did that in the hospital, because underneath my shirt is where all the pads are. And if you need to go to the toilet, you can unplug it from all the things go into one thing. And I was going to do it to my sister when she came to see me, and I was going to go. And then the alarms go off, but I thought no, because I just didn't think it was appropriate. So
that's a horrible prank.
She would not have found that funny. I don't think so. But anyway, so Ron, thank you for doing this, mate. And also imagine the same day our Yamamoto Pro preview will come out, so that'll be good. And what are you training today, mate?
Leg day, man. Leg day. I love leg.
Shit. Well, okay, then you definitely need to go then, mate, because I know you love your legs, mate.
Ooh, I do. They're
cool.
My favorite.
His pre-workout's kicking in, and I can see it. It's kicking in.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for
right.
having me.
All right, then, Ron, and mate, and also I'm really looking forward to kicking your ass on the coverage at the Olympia, mate, this year.
Oh, dude, we're gonna go hard on that coverage. It's gonna be crazy.
Can't wait.
Can't
wait. And Lauren will be Lauren's first Olympia as well, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I'll have to kidnap you and throw you in a limo and take you to an after party.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Ron, go do some legs, mate, and I'll speak to you very soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care, Ron. Thanks, mate.